Good evening, hello and welcome to PlainSpeak. I'm Anusha Soni. The Varanasi District Court has rejected the plea of the Hindu side for carbon dating of the disputed structure found within the wuzu khana of the Gyanvapi complex. A plain reading of that order, a two-page order, would tell you that the court has rejected the petition on the ground that the Supreme Court had ordered the sealing of the particular area, and the Supreme Court apprehended that the safety and the security of the structure needs to be protected and should not be jeopardized. The order, interestingly, is not passed on the merits of the application but on the questions of procedure. The fact that wuzu khana is sealed makes it obvious that one day or the other, the truth about the disputed structure has to be ascertained legally. Is this a setback to the Hindu side? Which way does it take the dispute, and what will be the next turn in this very sensitive legal tussle going on? Our top focus tonight.
Welcome the judgment of the civil court regarding the carbon dating issue of the Shivling. When the whole of the area is sealed on the order of the Supreme Court, how can any activity or carbon dating can be done?
इस ऑर्डर के अगेंस्ट हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाएंगे, इस ऑर्डर को हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट में चुनौती देंगे।
Well, there are two ways to look at what has happened at the Varanasi District Court. One is the immediate setback for the Hindu side because they wanted a scientific process / carbon dating of the disputed structure, which the Hindu side says is a revered Shivling and the Muslim side argues is a mere fountain. The Supreme Court has placed prohibitory orders. The entire area is sealed. Nobody can go there. But why is it arguably a setback for the Hindu side? Let's take you through some key pointers, some key details which are emerging as far as this entire debate is concerned. Scientific probe will be the violation of the Supreme Court order on sealing. Whether it's a Shivling or not, only a scientific investigation will tell us so far. These are claims. Carbon dating can possibly damage the structure which is claimed as a Shivling. That's what the court has said. The court has further said that the sentiments of the people might be heard by this entire procedure. The fear is that that entire structure, which is the Shivling, which is called Shivling by the Hindu side, may be damaged in this process which may be taking place. Chances of a legal resolution of the dispute might be impacted. The apprehension of the district court is that they don't want to violate the orders of the Supreme Court, which will be for any district court in the country. Now, let's take you through the arguments on both the sides. How does the order of today pan out for both the sides? What are their options? What is likely to happen? For the Hindu side and the Muslim side, what does this order mean? They've said that they're going to appeal against this order, a very likely scenario for any party who is seen to be losing. They see as a big victory in this battle, at least in the ongoing legal dispute. First, they lost the first order that had come in. This is a good thumbs up for them. It will also strengthen the Muslim side's plea in the case and other remedies which have been sought by the Hindu side. They had sought a nod for other remedies like ASI survey. So the Hindu side had said that, listen, if you can't give us carbon dating, we are open for other scientific methods as well. As they seek that nod for the ASI survey, an appeal to a higher court is going to be very, very critical. Let's move forward and look at other details as well. They could ask the court for scientific probe other than carbon dating so that it doesn't damage the structure, the apprehension which has been expressed by the district court. The Muslim side says that they can stand by the claim that object being called Shivling is a mere fountain. They have said that there is no need for any kind of a survey. The Muslim side further argues that they can cite the Varanasi court order as a precedent to oppose any other kind of survey, the fact that the lower court has taken a view which prima facie is in their favor. The Hindu side can say that demand to survey the area outside the Shivling. More importantly, many people would argue that the short two-page order is merely on the procedure of it. It's not on the merits of the application. We'll talk more about that. But where does it lead the dispute? What happens from here on? What are the implications? Wuzu khana remains sealed. No scientific investigation done so far. It cannot remain sealed forever. One day or the other, you'll have to ascertain, or the Supreme Court will have to take back its orders. Very unlikely to happen. Court to decide on how to move ahead with the sealed structure. The Supreme Court, of course, had passed those orders. Shivling versus fountain, that's what has been said by Hindu versus the Muslim side. That debate needs to be settled. It cannot be left in thin air because sentiments are involved on both the sides. Varanasi court will have to decide on the right to worship at Ma Shringar Gauri, the initial application or the plea which is pending before the district court. That's the question we asked tonight. Hindu side says they are going to appeal against this order. Carbon dating, of course, has been denied. Is this the end of the road for Hindu side or merely a short setback that they can perhaps deal with as and when they approach the higher court? Well, joining us tonight is our leading newsmaker, Mr. Hari Shankar Jain, who is the leading lawyer for the Hindu side and a petitioner in this case, is joining us on the broadcast this evening. Sir, thank you so much for talking to us. I'd like to know from you what your views are, especially after the plea of carbon dating has been rejected. What is it that you see? Do you see this as a setback, or you are hopeful that at a higher court you may find a resolution? Mr. Jain.
Unnecessary. It is being said that it is a setback for Hindus. No setback, no question of any setback. The plaintiff and their counsel, they are ready with the case with full material, and we have all the evidences. Number one. Number two, it is fountain or Shivlingam. One day or the other, it has to be examined by scientific evidence. Scientific evidence has to take place. For the time being, the Honorable Court was of the view that in view of the judgment order passed by the Honorable Supreme Court on 17th May, that may be violated if carbon dating or scientific investigation or GPR survey is ordered. That is why. But that is misnomer, because in subsequent order dated 20th May, the Honorable Supreme Court has clearly said that the Court of District Judge will be fully empowered to decide all the applications and ancillary applications. Next, kindly consider why Muslim party, they are opposing this scientific investigation. Why? They are saying that it is fountain, Pawara, then should face, they should prove it. Why they are avoiding? Avoidance means they know that it is Shivlingam, and it will be proved after investigation by science. Therefore, they are avoiding and opposing.
Well, sir, you're right in pointing that out. I've read the order, and there are very limited grounds. And the only ground which is cited by the court is simple, that you said that the Supreme Court order is in place and we don't want to disturb it, and that's why they're denying the the entire request for any kind of carbon dating. They have not gone into the merits of the case. With that being the position at the district court, what is your legal strategy forward? Are you going to the High Court? And also, there's this entire theory that there's already a 1991 dispute which is pending at the High Court, and you're creating multiple causes of action for a similar dispute. Respond to that, sir.
I have just told you that court has rejected mainly on the ground that it may violate the order passed by Honorable Supreme Court on 17th May. But court has forgotten to peruse the order dated 20th May, in which Supreme Court has specifically mentioned that its decisions will be entitled or empowered to decide all the applications, including ancillary applications.
Okay.
The court has not rejected on the ground that it is on merits, but simply on the presumption. And even...
No, I think that's a very important point you're mentioning, that after the district court, you need not go to the High Court. Will you directly go to the Supreme Court for the clarification, and what kind of clarification, sir?
No, I may tell you. No.
Yeah.
They are absolutely that conceptually misconceived. That GPR survey is limited to the other part of the building. Here, the prayer was regarding Shivlingam, which has been discovered only on 16th May, not before that date. Both things are different. And I propose to, for the time being, today what I have made up my mind, that I have to go to Supreme Court. Because the Honorable District Judge has passed an order in the wake of order dated 17th May, without caring for the order dated 20th May. So it requires a clarification. By the Supreme Court. So it will not be fruitful to go to the High Court, but I will go to Supreme Court. So far I propose